Hey, you notice something different about me? I'll wait. Guys, I finally did it. I dyed my hair for the first time in my life.
Run for cover, mother.
And that is what inspired me to make this video. So I am, as you can probably guess from the title, a chronic overthinker. It's so bad, and I feel bad about it because I wasn't always like this. I used to be able to just do things. But as you age and as you make mistakes in life and you experience more trauma, I guess you can say, or even if it's not as deep as trauma, as you experience more like failures or just like oops or just like expectations not met or just like even inconveniences, you become more cautious when you make future decisions, right? So I think that overthinking is something that I started to get even worse at with age. Because I think that when you're a kid, you're so daring. You don't really ask too many questions. Like, kids are so go with the flow. They're so just like in the moment and present. And if they want something, they ask for it or they go get it or whatever. But adults, like, we just like, I don't know, like, we just over contemplate so much, especially us, like, us intellectuals, like people who are highly intellectual especially. And by intellectual I just mean like you just have a lot going on in here. Like some people, some people are really physical people, some people are very like their energy is very outward. Some people really do not think a lot. I really think that some people just don't think about much except for like, I don't want to be mean, but like some people really, they just go about life being very short-sighted. But I think other people are just like highly intellectual and can see a subject from a lot of different angles. And that's a gift, to be able to think critically. But it's also when it, starts to overwhelm you, it's also a curse to have so much going on in here and to be able to try to predict the future outcome of a decision and just to think too critically. I think a lot of people can agree that it's a double-edged sword, if I'm using that term correctly. So yeah, I dyed my hair. And like just a little bit of backstory, especially if you're new here. Mickey, by the way, hi, nice to meet you. Okay, so I like don't have any tattoos. I don't have any piercings except for the ones that I got when I was a baby, which is on my ears. Never dyed my hair, even though like all of it is something that I've thought of doing at one point or another. Like I thought about getting like a tattoo before. I've been wanting to go red for a long time actually. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but my hair is red. It's like auburn red. I have definitely thought about like just getting more piercings on my ears, or I thought about getting my septum pierced. I think that look cute, but something always happens to me when I start to have these ideas, and I just start to like talk myself out of it. And I do that with a lot of things. Like I don't know if anyone can relate to like you want to book a vacation, right? You have this like bright, exciting idea in your head of you want to go here, and like you start talking to people about it, and then you start thinking about like, but I have this that month, or like, oh, but it's expensive. Oh, but like, especially when you start to see the money, especially when you start to see how much things cost, it's very easy to talk yourself out of doing things, especially when it comes to things that are not necessities, but will make your life better, like make you feel better, like a vacation or anything that's not like an urgent necessity. It's not food and it's not water, but it's something that you want. It's so easy to convince yourself that you don't need it, especially if it's expensive and maybe not in your budget at the time. But I also do believe that certain things, even if they're expensive, they're worth every penny once you do it or once you have it, because it makes your life feel better. Like just going by the hair dye example. So one of the reasons that it took me so long to go red is because everyone says it's so much maintenance and this and that. And I know that I'm not the type of person that likes to spend a lot of time on my hair. I really don't. Like I have a wash and go style. I have a routine. It's the bare minimum. I'm not someone who does a lot of cute hairstyles because I just like up until now I haven't been in a place where I like care that much. Not that I don't care about my appearance, but I don't care about doing more than the bare minimum when it comes to just looking good. Like, I'm very self-accepting and I'm not that expressive or haven't been that expressive when it comes to my self-expression, my appearance, my whatever. Like, I'm very basic. So, not anymore though. No. So, what I was saying was that I was so hesitant to go red because I was like, oh, I don't want to like go to the hair salon all the time and like maintain it, and I don't want to. This is maintenance. Like, it's pretty much maintenance. I grew up going to hair salons, so I grew up going to hair salons like on a weekly basis. So I'm all tapped out of like going to the hair salon for the rest of my life. But then when I actually went to go do my hair this time, it was actually a really nice experience. It was so different than how it felt like being a 11-year-old in a hair salon versus being a fully grown up, knowing that you're there because you're getting what you want. So, wow, you see how I ramble a lot? All that to say that this time when I decided to dye my hair red, it was kind of just like a it moment. It was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And if it turns out to be a terrible decision, I'll just deal with that. Like, if it turns out that either I hate it or I regret it, I'll just deal with that regret. But I know in this moment it's something that I really want. And all the other stuff, like the maintenance and whatever is going to come afterward, like, I'll just deal with it. But I am getting to this age where I'm not having the opposite effect of overthinking, and I kind of have an intention to worry less and to not get stuck in that analysis paralysis, which, if you don't know what that means, it's basically when you just analyze something so much that it paralyzes you, basically. Like, you're not taking action because you're too busy thinking about something, and you're just like stuck between two decisions and you're doing neither because you're just stuck in the analysis mode. So I think that somewhere in my 20s, I became a chronic overthinker and a perfectionist. And then now that I'm 30, and I think near my late 20s too, maybe starting with when I moved to LA last year, I decided that, you know what, like, I'm gonna be okay with making mistakes and making the wrong choices. I think I'd rather make the wrong choice and learn from it than not make a choice at all, than be stuck in that analysis paralysis, because that overthinking, it will really leave you, like, years will go by and you will not have done anything really significant because you're stuck in that thinking about it phase. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. I want you to be able to live life and take action and just, you'll have stories to tell. That's what everybody says now. Everybody's like, oh, do it for the plot. Like, exactly. Like, you have to do something. It'll move the plot forward, whether that's in a good way for you or it's in a bad way. Either way, something's either going to be a blessing or a lesson. So you just have to just do it, bro. Like Nike, like, just do it. I can just bet that you watching this have something that you want to do that is just been sitting on your brain for a while. And I hope that this video encourages you to just take that step, because having it on your mind is not the same as actually doing it. I know sometimes you feel like thinking about something, you're actually doing something because you're thinking about it and it's taking up that space, but you're not going to feel the joy that it brings you. You're not going to feel the momentum that it brings to your life until you actually do it. Even if it's something simple, I don't know, like enrolling in a class, or maybe there's somebody that you want to reconnect with. I'm not talking about messaging your ex, by the way. I'm talking about like an old friend or something. Someone that you want to reach out to and connect with, a family member, a friend, visiting like a new restaurant or coffee shop in your town that you've never been to, having a day out, like going to the beach or something. Or it could be something major, like moving out or starting college or something. I don't even know. Yo, I'm back. I had to take a quick break. I actually turned my camera off because, oh, my microphone. I turned my camera off for a second because I was filming and I just started to feel mad insecure out of nowhere, because I don't do this that often. I know people on YouTube make it look easy, but talking to a camera is very weird. So anyway, the last thing that I want to say is that if you are stuck in analysis paralysis right now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about the last time you had a completely new experience. When's the last time that you did something new? Something that surprised you, something that you didn't know what the outcome was going to be, something full of uncertainty. You might hear a plane passing by. That's my neighborhood. Yeah, when's the last time you did something different and new? As adults, we live in such routine. We don't even realize how little things change from one day to the next. You know, we go to work and we go grocery shopping and we see our loved ones and we do errands and we make our beds. And on the day to day, there's like this routineness. But sometimes you gotta disrupt that routine. Sometimes you gotta shake things up, do something that scares you a little bit, you know? And that's what I'm gonna leave you with. And for my friends, quick life updates. Besides dyeing my hair, no, I'm kidding. I am working on a video that's a little bit more of a intense edit than what I usually post. So that's why I haven't posted in like a month. That video is gonna come out sometime around September, maybe mid-September. It's kind of a heavy edit, but it'll be worth it. And it's gonna be a little bit different than my usual content style, like talking head, just talking to the camera, which I'm excited about. Because as you know, I have a film background, so I like to use my film degree in some way. No, I like to apply those film editing skills to my YouTube channel. So I'm excited about that video that's coming out. It's gonna be about the... Actually, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it. You'll see. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you're new here and this video was helpful for you at all, subscribe. Show me some love in the comments. I love to see who's watching and what this did for you, if anything, or just say hi. All right, thanks guys. Peace.